Moin moin! Today we will talk about flashcards, one of the most efficient ways to memorize information. This technique works with any kind of information, but of course it is extremely efficient for language learning, both vocabulary and grammar. Today I will show you Anki, one of the best apps for creating and studying flashcards. I will give you everything you need to know to start using this app. I will show you how to create cards, how to create templates, how to create multiple cards with just one single click. So let's go. 1 minute of theory in the beginning just for you to understand how Anki works. Anki is using spaced repetition system. Human memory fades on a predictable forgetting curve. Once we learn some new information, we inevitably start forgetting this information. And actually, it happens quite quick. To prevent this process, we need to refresh this information in our memory. Basically, it means we need to review this information again. It will slow down this forgetting process. Of course, we can do it on a daily basis, just every day reviewing the same information, but it's not a very efficient approach. It is scientifically proved that the best way is to review information just before we would normally forget it. For example, if we are learning new words in a target language, we need to review it in 10 minutes, then 1 day, then 3 days, 5 days, and this interval will be increasing over time. Of course, flashcards exist since decades, and you can use regular pen and paper to create these flashcards, and there is an algorithm how you can create a schedule when you need to review which cards. But we are tech people here, so let's use some software that simplifies this process. As I already said, we will be using Anki. This app exists for multiple different platforms. You can install it for Windows, for Mac OS, you can install it on Android, use it in web version, and everything is completely free. The only app that costs money is Anki for iOS. I think it's around $20, but believe me, this is a very good investment. First of all, we go to Anki website, link in the description, and we need to click this download Anki button and select our platform and install it like any other program to our computer. Alternatively, we can click on this Anki web button and create an account here, and we will have web version. It has the same functionality as a desktop version or mobile version, so you just pick the one you are comfortable with. Once you open Anki app, you will see decks page. Decks in Anki is just sets of cards. You can use just one deck for all words you're learning, or you can create separate decks for different parts of speeches, for nouns, verbs, adjectives, etc. Or you can even group words by topic, for example, deck for vacation related words, deck for cooking related words. It's completely up to you. Pick the method that works best for you. I personally didn't find yet the perfect solution that works for me, so I am trying different approaches. Usually I have in the same deck multiple different parts of speeches, apart from this one deck that I have here with only verbs. But again, this is not that important. You just need to know how to use this app, and then you will find your way. For demonstration purposes, I will create a new deck that we will be using today. So I just click this Create Deck button, and I need to enter some name for this deck. Let it be German words. We can see this new deck appeared in the list, so I just click on it. And for now, we don't have any cards here. So let's add some. We click this Add button, and we will start with the basic card. Anki already has some set of predefined types of cards. You can click on this type button here, and you will see this list. Later, I will show you how to create your own type, but let's start with basic one. Basic card is just something on one side and something on the other side. And once you click Add button, you will create one card in your deck. So let's create the most classic card with word in a target language on the one side and translation on the other. I will pick some German word, for example, die Arbeit, and I will add here translation, work. I click Add button, and now we see that we have in our deck one new card. We can actually already review this card. I can click this Study Now button, And it shows me front side of the card, the Arbeit. And now I need to think about the answer. I think the answer is work. I click show answer button or just space. And yes, I see correct answer. And now I need to pick one of 4 feedbacks. So was it for me super easy or hard or okay? I would recommend you to never pick this easy button because it will put your card somewhere like in 5 days and then probably in a month. So I would recommend to use these first 3 buttons. Again, means you answered wrong. Hard means you answered right but spent some time thinking about it. And the last one, good, means you answered normally, so you can remember this word. So I will click good. And now I have this word again, because I have just one card in my deck. So again, show answer, yes, good. Okay, what if I want to create now a reversed version of this card with translation on the one side and the actual word on the other? First approach would be to create another basic card. So I would write work here and the Arbeit here. And I just click add button, and now I have this card also here. But this is not the most efficient approach. If you want to create these 2 versions of cards, normal one and reversed one, for every word, you don't want to fill 2 forms and click button 2 times for each word, especially if you have hundreds of words. To simplify this process, we can just pick another type of card. We pick basic and reversed card. And now let's fill this form for another word. For example, der Tisch, table. And now I click add button. And we see that we have 3 new cards here now. One was the basic card for work, the Arbeit, and another 2 cards will be for Tisch, the normal one and the reversed one. Let's quickly review them. So work, die Arbeit, good. Der Tisch, table, good. Table, der Tisch, good. And now once again, der Tisch, table, good. Table, der Tisch, good. And work, die Arbeit. Okay, we reviewed all cards again. The power of Anki is that you can create your own template, fill it with all information for the word, and then create multiple, even 10 different cards based on this information. Let's see how it works. I will again click this add button, and then I go to types. And here I will click button manage. In this list, I see all existing types now, and I want to add another one. The way I'm doing it, I usually choose this add basic card, provide new name, and then I will customize all fields for this template. Let's create a type called German noun. Now I close this window. I choose German noun here. And now we have this type selected, and now we can customize it. Before creating the template, it's very important for you to think about things you actually want to learn and the way how you want these cards be displayed. It will save you a lot of time if you will think about these things up front, because otherwise you will be constantly changing the same template, trying to find perfect solution for you. In my case, I want to have 3 different types of cards for each word. First card will help me to practice pronunciation, so I will use word on the one side and IPA on the other. And also I want to try translation, so I will have word to translation and translation to word, just like we had before. Now I need to understand what kind of information I need to have for each word to create these 3 different cards. Obviously, it will be the word itself, IPA, translation. So now let's adjust fields for our cards type. I click this fields button. Now I have just front and back. I can rename both of them and also add another field. So first one, instead of front, it will be word. Next one, instead of back, it will be IPA. And I will add another one, and it will be translation. Whenever you create a new type of card or try to adjust existing one, you will see this warning message that there might be problems with synchronization. So just click yes button and click save. Now let's fill these properties. I will be learning word das Licht, which means light. Usually for IPA, I just go and Google it, or I just ask ChatGPT, give me IPA for German word das Licht. Now I just copy it. I don't need das, I need just Licht, and I paste it here. And here comes the fun part. We will start creating cards using information from these fields. We click Cards button, and here we need to define templates for front side of the card and the back side. We will start with pronunciation card, with word on one side and IPA on the other. But I also want to add some additional information so I could understand that this is actually pronunciation card. So I will write here how to pronounce. And you see that here in these double curly braces, I have word. And this is exactly the name of property or the name of field in our fields list. To make sure that everything displays correctly, you can see this preview on the other side. All right, we are done with the front side. Let's go to the back template. Here I have already some predefined template with this keyword front side. Means here will be displayed the same thing that is displayed on the front side, and under it will be something else. I don't need it. I will just remove it from here, and I will keep just IPA. So my front side of a card will be how to pronounce das Licht, and on the back side, just IPA. We created one card. Now let's go to the next one. I click on this options button and click add card type. Now again, we want to define front template and back template. And on the front template, I will just change this word how to translate. And on the other side, instead of IPA, I will put property translation. So now for this card, I will have how to translate das Licht, light. And let's add one more card. And on the front side, it will be how to say, then double curly braces and translation in German. Let's put translation in quotes. And on the back side, I will use word. Now we have 3 different cards defined for this card type. I click save button. Our type is updated, and now when I click add button here, we will create all 3 cards with just one single click. Done. Let's review these cards and see how it works. You see that I have 3 new cards. Let's study them now. How to pronounce das Licht? Licht. Correct. How to translate das Licht? Light. Correct. How to say light in German? Das Licht. Yes. And now we are going again through them. Now I want to show you some of my templates that I'm using in my language learning process. For example, this one was one of the first templates I've created. So it has word, IPA, description, which is basically translation of the word. I don't really like using translation. I like to use some sentence that describes what does this word means. Also, I can put audio here, image here. I can add some example sentence here, part of speech. And for nouns, I can define gender. You may see here that I have audio and image, and I didn't show you how to use it. This is because it requires a little bit advanced technique, and I want you to start with creating these simple text-based cards. And then in the next video, I will show you how to add styles to your card, how to adjust font size, how to adjust colors, how to include images, how to include audio. But please start with these basic text cards. So for this template, we can check one card that I have now to review it. As you can see, I have a picture here, and description means the most often, and the word is meist.
Meist.
Here I have even audio file attached and this example sentence. But again, before you start adding all these fancy things like images and audio, you need to understand how to create just text-based cards and some simple cards. Let me know in the comments what was the most challenging part for you while creating these text-based cards, and if you want to have another video with these advanced techniques with adding images, audio, and styles. Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you later.